Peace. What up, everybody? It's the CryptoShark here. I've got another fresh live BTC trading video for you here. And what we're looking to do on this particular trade is to set up a successful short position that takes us into wild profit. And if you watch my last video on setting up your trading view chart, a portion of that video was about the importance of how to read and set up your moving averages. Okay, so to recap quickly, the red line represents the 50-day moving average, the white line represents the 100-day moving average, and the blue line represents the 200-day moving average. And what we're looking for on a short run is for the red line to be on top, the white to be in the middle, and the blue line to be at the bottom. And we're looking for that red line to level off and then trend down and cross over that white line, continue to south, cross over the blue line, and then the white line will follow and the blue line will follow after that. That's how you set up a successful short position. And that's what's happening right here in front of your eyes. And we're looking for it to really trend down into this area right here in the $2,900 range, $29,000 range to give us some wild profit. Now, not every time that we jump into a position do we just go immediately into profit. And as you can see, this one moved against me. And that's why I really don't jump in for large amounts in the beginning. On this particular trade at 0.0125, we started off with about 400 bucks. And because we have enough wallet there, that's perfect. That's a perfect entry point for us, just to kind of test the waters. And as you can see, it's moving against us. So I just toggle back and forth from chart to chart. On this one is the 15, and we just look for clear direction. Now I can see that it was moving up, but that it ran into weakness on this last candle. And there's 12 minutes left on that 15-minute chart. If I go down to the 5-minute, I can see these candles are eclipsing each other as it goes up, but then it runs into weakness. And you can see a tail there on that last 5-minute candle, which tells me there's extreme weakness there and that it's about to reverse. There's 2 minutes left here on that 5-minute chart. So we just keep an eye on our 5-minute, our 15-minute, and our 30-minute to kind of give us direction as to which way this is going, okay? Now, as far as the moving averages are concerned, again, for a short position, we want the red to be on top, the white to be in the middle, and the blue to be on the bottom. But we're looking for clear separation between the three lines, and we want them to kind of be evenly spaced. So as you can see here, the blue line and the white line have a nice little chunk of room in between the two. But the white and the red line don't. It's uneven. So what we do is we take our measuring tool and we measure the distance between the blue and the white line, which gives us 0.86%. And then we do the same for the white and red line, and we try to measure the distance between the two there, and we want it to be right around 0.86%. So we have to be patient and wait for this red line to continue to trend up to give us even separation between the three. Okay? So I'm creating this circle here to give me kind of a range as to where I need that red line to be before I start to throttle in more money on this position to bring my position into profit and to create a winning position. And you hear me use the term baking a position. It's very rare that we'll jump into a position and it's just automatically winning. That's why we don't enter positions for thousands of dollars at a time. We jump in for 50 bucks, 100 bucks, 200 bucks, 400 bucks, something light, wait for it to show us some clear direction, and then we pound it and we start throttling it up the exact same way we throttle it down when it's moving against us, okay? So this little circle here, that's kind of my imaginary range as to where I need this red line to trend to before I want to start entertaining the idea of throttling into my position, raising my leverage, adding more money to my position as we start to clear profit. So I just create little graphs here, and this is part of the Invertix CryptoShark Trading Strategy, is I'll teach you how to set up these graphs and how you create these little charts to give you ranges and areas of where we need to be before we throttle in. Now, as you can see, we've now doubled our position here because my anti-liquidation protection triggered as this thing trended up above 31,800. We're continuing to get separation between the three lines, but this fucking thing is still trending up. But that's okay, we got plenty of wallet. But as you can see, we now have about $800 into this position. We doubled our position, but we throttled down our leverage from 30-something down to 17, which is cool. And now our cut loss is 32,510, which gives us about a $600 spread before this triggers my next anti-liquidation countermeasure. Now, as we fast forward, you'll see that as predicted, it's giving me proper spacing on this moving average. We said it was right around 0.86, 0.87, and we measured it the first time. Boom, that's 0.86. We go and grab another one, and we move it up to the red, and as you can see, it's right around 0.86, 0.87. That's perfect, proper spacing for the moving averages, which tells me that this thing is going to start level. It could continue to pump up, but what we're hoping it does and what we're looking for it to do is to level off. That red line to level off, straighten out, because as you can see, the trajectory of that red line is still going up. We're looking for it to flatten out at the top and then start trending down. All right. And we basically want this red line to come here, level off, and start trending back down in our direction, which is going to create the dump, which is exactly what we're looking for in this position. Okay. And as it trends down, it's going to cross over that white line, or the 100-day moving average. And then once the red line trends down, crosses over the white line, the 100-day moving average of the white line is going to do the exact same thing. It's going to trend down and it cross over the blue line. And then we're going to look for the blue line to follow the exact same trend. In the last video, I told you, wherever that red line or that 50-day moving average goes, so does the white, so does the blue. The white and the blue lines follow that red line or that red moving average, okay? So we've got our chart set up crisply. We have some momentum coming down. Look at that separation. It's beautiful. It looks like a pitchfork. And we're looking for this red line to just start to just level off a little bit. And we're looking for this to trend down. So it's just really a game of patience. And as you can see, I fast forwarded a little bit here. We're at minus 42%. We're still at 0.025 BTC in the trade. And I'm just checking my charts to see where the weakness is. On the 5, it's giving me an indicator, and it's showing me that it's weak. It's now in the red. It's consolidating, and I'm looking for this next candle, which is in 27 seconds on the 5-minute, to show me a solid red candle. And on the 1 minute, I have clear momentum going down. So much so that it's now crossed over the 50-day moving average, and it's starting to pump down. So as you can see, I just throttled in for 0.005 at 100x because it crossed over my 50-day moving average and it's moving in my direction. So we went from being down 40% to now being down only 30%. We throttled back up from 17% leverage up to 30%, and I added a 0.005 BTC to my position. So we now have $951 in this position. We started off with about 400 and change, and now we doubled it. Now we're up to $900 in this position, leveraged at 30.83x. We're down 27%. And we have clear direction coming down. Now, we don't just start pounding this right now. We have to be patient and wait and see what it does. And I'm just looking for the current 1-minute candle to show me clear direction and to continue to pump down lower than the previous candle, which it's about to do. And when it does that, then I make the decision, do I want to throttle in for some more and throttle my leverage up, or do I just want to remain calm, stay patient, wait for this thing to trend down a little bit more, and then we figure it out from there. But the most important thing is patience. You're just waiting for this to show us clear direction. And as you can see, it's a good thing that I didn't throttle in there because it's pumping back up again. Now, as we zoom out, you can definitely see that the trend is going up. If we look down at our RSI chart, we can see that it came down to the bottom and it's starting to trend back up. So we just sit back, relax, have a drink, and just keep an eye on this thing and wait for it to show us weakness, which it is. You see the tail, and we'll talk about how to read candles and what tails mean on these candles. Full weakness. And we just sit back and we wait for this thing to go back to red, hopefully. There's 12 seconds left in this candle. We patiently wait. We patiently wait. And we look for what this next candle is going to be. And that's all it is. We're just reading the tea leaves over here, folks. It's a green candle. It's still pumping up a little bit, so we don't do anything. We've got plenty of protection. We've got plenty of money in the wallet. If it does pump up, we'll just throttle back down and manage the position. And if it pumps down, which is what we wanted to do, as we move closer to profit, then we just reevaluate our situation and we read and react. Again, we don't try to change the markets, folks. We just take what the markets give us, all right? You try to go against the markets, you try to change the markets, you'll get wrecked. But if you just sit back, relax, watch what the markets are doing, read and react properly, which is what we teach you in the Invertix CryptoShark Trading Strategy, is how to be patient. Don't FOMO into these fucking positions. Sit back, watch the candles, bounce around from your 1 minute to your 5 minute to your 15 minute to your 30 minute. Look at your moving average, look at your candle indicators, and react to the markets. All right, so here we are. We got a fresh candle, and it's just showing me weakness. As you can see, it's trying to pump up a little bit, but in order for that pump to be successful, it has to move past that 50-day moving average, and there's going to be resistance there because it's already broke through the 50-day moving average. Once it broke underneath that red candle, then it's not easy for it to pump back up and go over it. Now, it'll happens all the time, but it's not easy. Now, as you can see, I fast forwarded a little bit. I didn't add anything else to the position. Actually, I'm sorry, I did. I added another 0.0005 to the position, and at 100x, I upped my leverage a little bit, and as you can see, we're down now 2%. So we were down at 60% at one point in time, and now we've added more money to the position, and we've created a positive situation. Now, fast forwarded the video a little bit, because this took a little while for this to happen. It took probably about 45 minutes for it to finally get into profit. And as you can see here, now we're up at 0.035 BTC, leveraged at 40x, and we're up 60%. Okay? And it's not only, you can see the red lines crossed over, clearly crossed over the white line, which is what we said it would do. And now it's looking to cross over the blue line. And we just sit back and we wait for this to materialize. And as it happens, as it starts to materialize, then we readjust our strategy, and we teach you all of this in the strategy. So, patiently waiting. I can see on the 30 that we have clear direction coming down. Clear direction coming down. And the entire time that I'm bouncing around from screen to screen to screen to screen, I'm cleaning up my charts. I'm constantly checking my levels, making sure my pivot point is in the proper place, making sure my resistance levels and my support levels are in the proper place. And I'm just keeping my chart clean so that I know that I have an accurate chart, and that I'm constantly looking at accurate information so that I can best ascertain how I'm going to move properly within this trade, okay? The worst thing you could do is to get into a trade and you get out too early, or what's even worse is you get into a trade too early and you end up getting punched out a couple of times on the anti-liquidation, and you find yourself way upside down in the trade. And it happens to the best of us. You just got to be careful and you got to be patient. So again, I'm just cleaning up my chart right here. I can see that my levels, my S1, my support levels, S1, S2, S3, that they were off. And in this particular case, I didn't see that my S1 or my support level 1 was hiding behind this yellow line. That's why I was a little confused, like, whoa, what the fuck happened to my support level? But it's actually hiding behind it was hiding behind that orange line. So I've got my support levels clear and crisp. I know where we're at. We've got the pivot point right above us, and we've got the support level 1 right below us. We're in profit. We've got clean charts. I'm looking at the 1 minute. I can see that the RSI is pushing up. So this thing may pump up a little bit, but I can see on the 30 minute that we have clear direction going down. So I'm not worried about the RSI in the 1 minute right now, because on the 30, it's showing me that there's clear momentum going down. So you just remain patient and you stay in the trade. Okay? Cleaning up my charts, moving my arrows around just so I can keep containment of how this thing is moving. I know what range this thing is trading in. I see a tail. Now we're looking at the 1 minute. I see a clear tail on that candle, which tells me that it's weak. So this is going to fail within 2 to 6 candles. That little tail on that second candle, green candle in, has a tail on it. So that means that this pump up should not last. 90% of the time, it will fail within 2 to 6 candles when you see that tail. And we'll have to do a video on how to read candles here down the road, but once I see that tail, I know that there's weakness there. So now we go back, we check our trade, we see that we're up 50% at 0.35. Patience. There's my tail on the second candle in, so we stay in it. We're in no rush. Let's look and see how much profit we got so far if we were to exit. 559 bucks profit. It's not bad. We could do better, but it's not bad. That's you know, if you can make $500 a day, then you're in good shape. And check it out. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. My goal for the day, every day, is just to make 300 bucks. If I make $300 a day, then that's $9,000 a month that goes into my bank account. Now, when I say $300, I mean I'll trade and make more than $300 worth of profit in a day. But every single fucking day, I make it a point at midnight, every single night, 7 days a week, to pull $300 out of my account on Bit7, transfer it over to Cash App, convert it into cash, and deposit it into my bank account instantly. Every single day, like clockwork. You have to take your money and pay yourself for your day's work. And that's going to be the new mantra moving forward is the 300-day challenge, the $300 a day challenge, okay? If you can profit $400, $500, $600 a day in Bitcoin trading, and you remove $300 a day from your Bit7 account, convert it over to Cash App or Coinbase, turn it back into cash, and deposit it in your account, you're winning. That's $9,000 a month, all right? That's over 6 figures. That's over 100 grand a year. And that's how you got to do it. You have to pay yourself for the hard work that you do, sitting in front of this fucking computer all day looking at these candles, all right? Pay yourself. So that's the new shit. $300 a day challenge. Take $300 a day out of your account, put it in your bank account, 30 days in a row, that's 9 grand in your bank. Live a little. All right, so here we go. Let's check it out. We're watching these candles. We're on the 15. I can clearly see that we have momentum going down on the 15 and the 5. All right, we're up 81% on this position at 0.35 BTC. All right, you can see I got my auto sell on at 100%. Sometimes I leave it on. Today, I'm turning it off because we're going to go ahead and I'm going to teach you how to throttle into this thing, okay? So what we're going to do is, as we approach 100% profit on our position, we're going to keep throttling in and raising our leverage and raising the amount of money that we put into this trade by 0.005 at 100x, okay? And we're going to just ride this fucking thing into the ground and take as much profit as this motherfucker wants to give me. If you want to keep going down and you want to keep giving me profits, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep throttling money in, and I'm going to keep throttling my leverage up, and I'm going to bang you out and take as much profit as I can. And that's what we're going to do on this trade right here. So patiently wait. Let these candles play out. Now check out the moving average. See how that red line has crossed over the white line and is now about to intersect with the blue line? As these lines intersect, as the moving averages intersect, you're going to get a little bit of choppiness. You're going to get a little bit of pump ups and then back down, pump ups and then back down. You're going to find some turbulence there and some consolidation there as these lines cross over each other. You can't get scared. You can't FOMO and fucking jump out of the trade because all of a sudden it starts moving against you. No. Clearly we have momentum going down. If we look and see what we got in this trade as profit right now, or you'll see what we have in the trade, we've got $1,000 in the trade right now, invested, okay? And we're already up 87, 89%, which is great, okay? That's what, 0.03? 0.03 works out to be what? 700 bucks, 800 bucks, okay? We turn off our auto sell. No auto sell here, folks. We're going to ride this puppy into the ground. Let's see what we got in profit if we were to sell right now. 931 bucks. That's beautiful. All right? But let's keep going. Let's see what else it's going to give us. All right? So I see the red line. The 50-day moving average is about to cross over the 200-day moving average. And it's already crossed over the 100-day moving average of the white line, which is what? it does all the time, right? So it's not hard to predict it. That's just what it does. Again, as these cross over each other, you're going to have some choppiness. It's going to slow down. But you're going to see that once this red line crosses over that blue line, this shit's going to rip down. And when it rips down, we're going to just keep throttling in more money and throttling up our leverage and taking more profit as this does this. We sit back, we wait patiently. So I'm just looking and watching the moving averages and the candles, okay? I saw that I had a tail. Yeah, I see the tail on that red candle. It shows weakness. It's okay. And now we have a solid green candle going up. That's okay. No worries. Because if I go back and I look at the 5 minute, I can see that there's clear momentum going down. And if I look at the 15, I can see that there's clear momentum going down. And I've got 12 minutes left in this candle, and it's already surpassed the previous candle. Okay? The 30 minute has 12 minutes left on that candle, and it's clearly already surpassed the previous candle. So the momentum is on our side. The momentum is to the downside. So for me to run for the hills on the 1 minute just because I see a green candle, or get greedy because I want to make a quick $700-800, it's not worth it. We stay in the trade. We wait. And we know that when the moving averages cross over each other, like that red line crossing over the blue, you're going to have a little kickback. You're going to have a little, it's going to give back a little bit. There's going to be some choppiness there, but we don't sweat it. We stay strong and we maintain. All right, so after it pumped up a couple of candles, we can clearly see it started back in its downward trend, which we knew it would. Why? Because we're bouncing back and forth from bit 7 to trading view, and we're checking out the 15 minute, we're checking out the 30 minute, we're checking out the 5 minute, and we can see that the momentum is to the downside. So we're not worried about it pumping up a little bit because all the momentum is to the downside. We just stay patient and we stay in the trade. Now, what we're really looking for here is for this thing to break through this support level. And if it breaks through that level 3 support, then we know it's going to continue to trend down, and we have another 0.08 Bitcoin in the wallet that I will fucking throttle into this trade if I have to just gain more profit. So as long as this thing keeps going down, I will straight up throw another 0.08 Bitcoin at this trade if it calls for it, okay? Now we see it's pushing down. We just got another sell on the 1, and we're going to watch it just push down a little bit, and we just bounce back and forth from trading view to bid 7. Now, once this thing hits 100%, we throttle in more money at 100x, 0.005 at 100x, and we keep doing that every single time the P&L screams 100%, okay? I could take my money right now at 0.035 and make over $1,000 in the trade, but you just keep throttling money in once it hits 100x, and we'll ride it all the way down if need be. Sit back, patiently wait, throttle in a little bit more money, and wait for your P&L to hit 100 again. Now, if it slows down because it hits some support and it starts to reverse, then that's when we'll make the decision to sell and just take our profit and move out of this position and set up for another one. So as you can see, right now, we've got $1,000 in profit on this position if we were to sell right now at 91%. But we patiently wait. Let's see what this thing's going to do. In the same way that we were looking for even spacing on the moving averages when it was going the other way, it's trying to set it up to do the same thing here and try to pump up. We would never let it pump up on us. We would take our profit and get out of the position before it did that, but that's what it's trying to do. We sit back and we wait. I'm bouncing around from chart to chart. I can clearly see, look at that, that's a 15-minute candle chart. I can clearly see that momentum is on our side. That's the 30-minute chart. I can clearly see that the momentum is on our side. So we wait. So based off of me looking at my Coinbase chart, I can see that my numbers, that my charting on my levels on my Bit7 chart are incorrect. I need to correct them. I need to update them. Because I thought that was a support level, but when I was just on my trading view chart, I realized, no, that's not support. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up my chart and I'm going to enter in the updated resistance and support levels on my Bit7 chart, because I'm working off of I'm working off of TradingView and I'm working off of Bit7. And I've got my key levels, my resistance levels, my pivot point, and my support levels on both charts. But my resistance and support levels were outdated on my Bit7 chart, and it's up to me to manually enter them in. So as you can see, we're up 112%. And I'm cleaning up my chart. I'm updating my levels. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and just throttle in some more money, because you can tell we're already up 111%. It's time to add more money to that position as I clean up my chart. Let's throttle in a little bit. Boom. Hit it. See where it puts me at. 109%, 106%. We're still above 100%. Throttle in again. Boom. Hit them. 104%. Above 100%. Throttle in again. Hit them. Boom. Back to cleaning up the chart. Still over 100%. Just cleaning everything up, making sure my shit is nice and neat. They say cleanliness is next to godliness. So you got to make sure your charts are clean, man, so you can win. Over 100%, throttling again, bang, hit them. We're at 0.0375 is what we have invested in the position. And as you can see, we're up 0.376 on the P&L. I'm still cleaning up my charts. Get my pivot point right. Still up 100%, hit them again, bang. Now we're up to 0.038 at 45.4 leverage. Up 0.04 in profit. Got my charts nice and clean now. Up 106%. Bang them again. Boom. Hit them. We just keep throttling in on these motherfuckers. As long as this thing wants to go down, I'm going to keep throttling their ass. And you just keep hitting them. Up 100%, hit them again. Bang. Alright? And you just keep doing that. As long as this motherfucker wants to keep moving down in our direction, no problem. Up $1,200 in profit. Patiently wait. Patiently wait. Okay? Okay? It's moving against us a little bit. It's moving against us a little bit. The 15. I can still see momentum is moving in our direction. Okay? On the 30, there's 45 seconds left in the candle. 5 minute, everything is real. But you see that tail there? That tail is what worries me. And that's what tells me, hey, maybe it's time for you to think about just taking your profit, exiting this situation, because it's a successful fucking trade. Taking your profit, take your little $1,000 and run with it. I got a clear sign that it's about to pump up. I go back, hit a sell, boom, and I'm out. And that's it. Now I could have hit him for more profit. I could have sold a little earlier. Cleaning up my charts, yip-yapping with you guys, the whole nine, trying to get this right, because I want everybody to know the proper way to put this shit together, man. It's the CryptoShark, man. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let's build. By the time they get